Bangkok, a 5-star hotel in the middle of the city. It was just after 2 in the morning when I heard her, a little girl, laughing softly just outside the window. I was on the 14th floor. There was no balcony, no ledge, nothing outside that window except a straight drop to the street below. But she was there, and she wanted me to open the curtain. I want to tell you about something that happened to me in Bangkok, Thailand's capital, a few years ago. To this day, I can't explain it, and I've stopped trying. If you've never been to Bangkok, let me paint the picture for you. It's a massive, humid, sprawling city. Golden temples on every corner, street food stalls that glow at night, traffic that never stops, and a spiritual tradition so deep that most Thai people still believe, without question, that spirits live alongside the living. In Thai culture, almost every building has a spirit house, a small shrine placed outside to give wandering spirits a home of their own, so they don't enter the main building. You'll see them outside homes, offices, even skyscrapers. People leave offerings every day: fresh flowers, red soda, rice. They do this because in Thailand, ghosts aren't a theory. They're a fact of life. I didn't know any of that the first time I visited. I was there on a business trip. The company booked me into a well-known 5-star hotel in the downtown area. Marble lobby, uniformed staff, chandeliers, the kind of place you walk into and immediately feel taken care of. My room was on the 14th floor. Now, small detail, but an important one. In many Asian countries, hotels skip certain floor numbers because they're considered unlucky. The number 4 in Chinese sounds like the word for death. So a lot of hotels don't have a 4th, 14th, or 24th floor. But this hotel had all of them, and they'd put me on the 14th. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I checked in around 9 p.m., had dinner, came back, took a shower, and got into bed by midnight. The room was beautiful. King-size bed, heavy curtains pulled across the window. The air conditioning hummed softly. I was asleep within minutes. I woke up at 2:14 a.m. I remember the time exactly because I looked at the clock. Something had pulled me out of sleep. Not a noise exactly, more like a feeling. The kind of feeling you get when you're absolutely certain someone is in the room with you. I lay there, completely still, listening. The air conditioning, my own breathing, nothing else. And then I heard it. A giggle, a little girl's giggle, soft, playful, high-pitched, coming from the other side of the curtain. From outside the window, I froze. My first thought was that I was imagining it. I was tired. I was in an unfamiliar room. The mind plays tricks. Then it came again, clearer this time, closer, like she was pressing her face against the glass. I want you to understand something. I was on the 14th floor of a modern high-rise hotel. The window was sealed, the kind you can't open. There was no balcony, no ledge, nothing outside that window except empty air and a 14-story drop to the street. A child could not be out there, and yet I was listening to one laugh. I sat up slowly. My hand moved toward the bedside lamp. I turned it on. The giggling stopped. For about 10 seconds, there was total silence. I stared at the curtain. Heavy, dark fabric, not moving. And then, very softly, I heard a single word. In English. Play? Every instinct in my body told me not to move. not to respond, not to look. But there's something about that specific kind of fear, the kind that doesn't make sense, that makes you want to prove to yourself it isn't real. You want to pull back the curtain, see the empty window, laugh at yourself, and go back to sleep. I got out of bed. I walked toward the window. 3 steps, 4. My hand reached for the edge of the curtain, and just as my fingers touched the fabric, the giggling started again, right on the other side of the glass, inches from my face. I pulled the curtain back. The window was empty. 14 floors below, the street was quiet. A few taxis, a street vendor packing up for the night, the glow of the city stretching out in every direction. Nothing outside, no child, no face, no hands pressed against the glass, just my own reflection staring back at me. I let the curtain drop. I stood there for a long time. My heart was pounding, but part of me felt relieved. It was just a dream, a half-asleep hallucination. Nothing was there. I walked back to the bed. I sat down, and from directly behind me, right next to my ear, a little voice whispered, "Why didn't you open it?" I don't remember exactly what I did next. I remember the lamp. I remember turning on every light in the room. I remember grabbing my phone. I didn't sleep. I sat on the edge of that bed with every light on until the sun came up. I didn't move. I didn't look toward the window. I didn't look toward the corners of the room. I just stared at the door and waited for morning. The giggling didn't come back, but twice, I heard small, soft footsteps on the carpet behind me, and once I felt something pressed down on the foot of the bed, like a small weight sitting on the mattress. I didn't turn around. At 6 a.m., when the sky was finally light, I packed my suitcase, went downstairs, and asked to change rooms. The woman at the front desk was very polite. She asked if there was a problem with the room. A smell, maybe. An issue with the air conditioning. I told her the truth. I said I'd heard a child laughing outside my window and then inside my room. I said I didn't feel safe sleeping there another night. She didn't laugh. She didn't look surprised. She just looked at me for a long moment, then looked down at her computer screen and said very quietly, "Sir, I'm very sorry. We will move you right away." As she was printing the new key card, I asked her, half joking, if the hotel was haunted. She didn't answer. She handed me the key. She gave me directions to the new room, which was on a different floor, in a different wing. If this story gave you chills, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode and drop a comment below. Would you have opened the curtain, or would you have run? Sleep well tonight. And remember, close your curtains.